We voelen ons verbonden met Lampedusa, maar we zijn op dit moment ook verbonden met de mensen van Lampedusa. Wat wij hier vanmiddag meemaken wordt via livestream wereldwijd uitgezonden. Dus ook daar. Dus ik zeg hello world. I would like to say welcome to the Martinikerk in Groningen. We are gathered here to honor the good people of Lampedusa.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now 1.5 years ago that I visited Lampedusa and spoke on the island to refugees, to people that support refugees and to officials. I was struck by the situation in the camp at Lampedusa, by the stories that refugees told me. When you are 6 hours out of the Libyan shore and waves are getting higher and higher, when you're getting very cold because of the night temperature and the water in the boat, when one side of the boat starts to deflate, when you are fighting to have a place on the assumed safe side of the boat, when you do not have any water anymore, or when your boat has capsized and you see how some of your fellow travelers are drowning and cannot do anything to help them. It was when documenting this situation with 2 Amnesty colleagues that I had the pleasure and the honor of meeting briefly with Dr. Pietro Bartólo. Dr. Bartolo showed us the playroom for children, where they could play during the time their mother was in a separate room for echo in case of pregnancy or for general diagnosis. This room was filled with toys and children could play there and come a bit at ease while their mother was somewhere else, but could take those toys with them to the camp after they left the hospital. And the citizens of Lampedusa made sure there were always enough new toys to accommodate new children.
Goedemiddag Groningen, we join you live from Indonesia. I wish you all well. Thank you.
Greetings to the people of Groningen. This is Vinod from South India. I've heard stories of Lampedusa from the time we visited Groningen, and it was really enriching, and I'm sure that God will bless you immensely, that you will be blessing to many, many, many more people, not just people who cross your island, but to the people of the entire world. Greetings to you once again, and God bless you all.
Hi, this is Vincent from Singapore. I'm sending you my greetings as you celebrate the lives and the people living in Lampedusa. God bless you all. Bye.
The Living Stone is a visible token of a great appreciation to the receiver of this award for helping refugees in desperate need, for helping people under severe threat. The Living Stone is a stone with an inscription. The inscription refers to a text from the Bible. It's the text from the first letter of St. Peter, 2nd chapter, the verses 4 and 5, saying, "As you come to him," that's Jesus, "the living stone, rejected by humans, but chosen by God and precious to him, you also live like living stones, are being built into a spiritual house to be a holy priesthood, offering spiritual sacrifices acceptable to God through Jesus Christ." It's Jesus who said, "I was hungry, I was thirsty, I was a stranger, and you received me in your home. I was naked, sick, and in prison, and you took care of me." And those on the right hand said, "When did we see you?" And Jesus answered, "You are blessed, because whenever you did this for one of the least important of these brothers or sisters of mine, you did it for me."
Today we will listen to an oratorium named Songs of Exile, a composition consisting of words from the book of Psalms. The book of Psalms in which the word of God has become the prayer of man. The Psalms of Exile remind us of the people of God being oppressed and brought to a foreign country, being humiliated and persecuted, people without freedom by the rivers of Babylon. The words of the Psalms constitute an ongoing dialogue, a dialogue in which the depth of pain and despair can be heard, in which the depth of thirst and hunger can almost be felt. A dialogue in situations of suffering and distress, expressing the thirst and hunger for justice and peace.
It's exciting, really. It's a miracle when you hear your music. First you hear it here, then you write it down, then you give it as a child away, and then waiting how it will sound. And it's really impressive and emotional for me. Yeah.
I can imagine. It's more than you hope, maybe.
Yeah, and this context where everything is coming together, it's really, I could not imagine it could be better than this.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the city of Groningen, which is my pleasure to welcome you. I'm sure you won't mind if I extend a special welcome to Dr. Pietro Bartólo. Of course, the question is, what can we do? And shortly I would like to quote from Isaiah. Is it not to share your food with the hungry and to provide the poor wanderer with shelter? When you see the naked, to clothe them and not to turn away from your own flesh and blood. It's a text that still applies today, and ultimately it means that there should be room for everybody, that everyone should count, be able to join in, that no one is left by the wayside, that no one is excluded, but everyone is included. The Italian Coast Guard announced this week that in a 48-hour period, they had rescued more than 10,000 migrants from the sea and brought them to shore. On Monday, about 6,000 migrants were rescued from some 40 boats, an all-time record, or rather a heartbreaking low point. Through their selfless efforts, the people of Lampedusa have made a tremendous contribution to a more humane world, a world in which refugees are seen first and foremost as people, people in need, in search of hope, in search of a better future. For all the people who have lent assistance on Lampedusa, we, the countries of Western Europe, can only show the greatest respect.
This award represents courage, it represents breaking down walls instead of building fences, and it represents compassion. You, as the mayor of Lampedusa, have shown the world great leadership in welcoming refugees who have risked their lives in search for a better future. Your determination has proven to be an example to all of us. You show us what humanity truly means. And for this, I will present you the Living Stone Award.
Sono io che ringrazio voi perché ci avete onorato di un riconoscimento importantissimo della vostra visita, della vostra presenza, della vostra attenzione, ma di un premio che non è solo bello, emozionante, ma è anche una grande responsabilità. Tutte le volte che riflettiamo sul ruolo di Lampedusa insieme ai miei collaboratori, ai miei concittadini, ci troviamo spesso a dire ma in fondo noi stiamo facendo ciò che è normale fare di fronte a persone che annegano o muoiono in tanti altri modi, asfissiati, torturati, pur di riuscire a chiedere aiuto. Poi guardiamo a quello che succede invece in questo momento nel nord Europa, in altri posti del paese, e purtroppo dobbiamo riconoscere che non tutti fanno le cose normali, riconoscere la sacralità della vita umana e la sacralità dei diritti umani, alzare i muri, respingerli, usare le armi per tenere fuori dai confini gente che fugge dalle guerre, bambini. Abbiamo visto immagini terribili in televisione durante quest'ultimo anno lungo i confini dei Balcani. Questo a Lampedusa non si è mai fatto, né mai lo faremo, non solo perché c'è il mare, e il mare è di tutti, e il mare non può, per fortuna, contenere muri.
Che dice: di accoglienza non si muore. Molti sono stanchi e molti non vorrebbero vedere l'altro arrivare in Europa. Le riflessioni che vorrei che tutti noi facessimo sono il perché e perché partono e perché partiamo soprattutto e perché intraprendiamo un viaggio drammatico. Partiamo perché c'è la guerra, partiamo perché ci sono dei dittatori assetati di potere, partiamo perché non ci sono giustizie sociali, partiamo perché la Banca Mondiale è un problema globale a spingere le persone di spostarsi da un posto all'altro. Nessuno vorrebbe intraprendere un viaggio così pericoloso perché una famiglia si sposta in questa maniera, perché i genitori portano i propri figli sulla barca e spero che questa accoglienza rimanga un atto civile che poi la storia riconoscerà in futuro. Quello che trasmetteremo ai nostri figli sarà questo. Io c'ero, io ho accolto.
More than half of the refugees worldwide are children. Children who experienced war and violence, vulnerabilities, both back at home and also on their way to safety. They develop hope. They come together, learn, and this is what we now hear also in songs and poems by children of their stories, and this is performed by children here from this city. So it also shows how children connect with their stories of those less fortunate and those more fortunate. They are building a bridge in this world, and these bridges we desperately need all over the world.
M'affaccio alla finestra e vedo il mare. Brillano le stelle, tremano le onde. Un guizzo chiama, un palpito risponde. Il cielo è chiaro, la luna luce in fonde. Ecco, sospira l'acqua, alita il vento. Sul mare è apparso un bel ponte d'argento. Ponte che unisce paesi lontani e che raggruppa insieme tanti esseri umani.
For more than 25 years, Pietro Bartólo has been ready waiting at the quay of Lampedusa when the refugees arrive. He has seen all of the 300,000 refugees, dead and alive. He felt their pulse. He looked for diseases.
He saved them. He put them in body bags. He collected DNA material. He helped their children getting born, talked to them, comforted them. Last year, Dr. Pietro Bartólo said, "A man never gets used to misery. I see them, all those people, when I sleep and when I am awake. The dark, frightened eyes in the night of men, of women, of children sent by destiny, fighting against destiny. The humankind blown away by the winds. And what do they say on the continent? Let them be blown away. Send them back. Keep the gates shut." And Dr. Bartólo said, "We have to continue to welcome refugees. We have to continue to welcome people who are looking for a better life, for a better future. In the same time, we have to stop migration." He is not naive, but he said, "We have to stop building walls, because the higher the wall, the higher people will climb, and the deeper they will fall." Dr. Bartólo and dear people of Lampedusa, dear generous people, you saw terrible things. But when we look at you, and when we look at you, dear people of Lampedusa, we see also the strength of big hands, the strength of mankind, the strength of open arms.
Annalute just said, you touched many people. You touched many people to cure them, to heal them, and to identify them. Because you're the living example that it can be done differently. And you're a representative of a proud and honest people, and brave people. People who are working through your words when you're stating, "We welcome what the sea is bringing us." And so therefore, I would like to, and I'm very proud that I am allowed to, present to you the Living Stone, awarded to Dr. Pietro Bartólo, an example to all of us, representing the spirit of the people of Lampedusa towards refugees and towards us. Dr. Friend. Yes.
Noi siamo la porta d'Europa, voi siete la casa d'Europa. Cerchiamo di mostrarci sempre umani nei confronti di questi nostri fratelli. Come ci insegna attraverso il suo segno, il suo esempio, il nostro Papa Francesco. Egli, con mirabile forza, ha affermato che i migranti non sono un pericolo, no, sono in pericolo. E animati di queste parole dobbiamo sentire come un vero dovere l'accoglienza. Dobbiamo sentirci come delle pietre vive. Noi dobbiamo sentirci delle pietre vive che debbono sostenere un edificio ricco di amore, solidarietà e misericordia. Grazie. Grazie.
Thank you.